sky.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. I am pain.
Good evening, boys, girls, ghosts, ghouls, family, and friends. Welcome to this week's episode of Sacrificial Terror Podcast. Tonight, oh, shit, I took that out of the intro. Never mind. I am Sam, I am Mason, and with me, as always, the beautiful and fabulous Miss
Zombie Barbie.
and my brother from another mother, the incomparable Mr.
Lance Wagner, hidey ho, neighborine no.
And tonight we have, oh shit, hold on, god damn it. I'm just all over the place tonight. Tonight's show is brought to you by Sacrificial Pond Productions and produced by Miss Samantha Wagner, off camera, and Miss Zombie Barbie. Tonight's show, we have the one and only Mr. William Instone. Welcome to the show, brother.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, so what are you most known for? What are you working on now?
My current project is called Butcher's Bluff. It is a throwback 80s type of slasher film with a very iconic and what I've been told terrifying masked killer called the Hogman.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
but what I'm most known for around Austin area is just being the dark filmmaker that makes zombie films. That's what I got known for with my last film, Among the Dead. Did a lot around this area, and now got about 30 film festival wins under that belt for that.
That's a nice one. That's
Dang.
a
project.
Nice.
Actually became kind of out of necessity, a special effects artist because I had no choice. And ended up doing quite a few zombie films for other people, doing their makeup for them to help them make their zombies look real, because so many people tend to just slap on a little makeup on the face and they seem to forget that their hands are rotting too.
Right.
Or they'll just put white T-shirts on them.
yeah.
No, everybody that wants wearing white T-shirts, though. So I make costumes as well. I did a few freelance jobs for a local company here called Dark Creations, ATX. He's Adam Lane. He's a really, really talented costumer. He does a lot of haunts and does film work and stuff. And I learned how to distress pretty much talking to him and this trial and error. And so I'm a jack of all trades, kind of like what Sam was saying. You know, it's you do everything on the set. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you know, I think as an independent filmmaker, and it's something we talk about a lot, you know, we don't have a whole lot of people throwing us money and saying, you know, in my recent interview with Atai over at My Indie Productions, you know, it was one of the things he asked me. It was like, you know, well, you know, what do you think about being an indie filmmaker? And I was like, well, it's great, but when I first got into this and decided to go ahead and do this with the film, I decided, you know, I seriously thought that if I had an original idea, great concept, and all this other stuff lined up for it, that I would have people throwing money at me. I did. And I know that's probably naive. You know, it's probably very naive, you know, but, you know, I still was thinking, you know, it's, well, it's a great concept. It's a great idea. Nobody's ever done it before. Studios are going to fucking love this shit. They're going to make millions. You know? And it's like, it just doesn't fucking work that way.
I was the same way with my first project. I wanted to do films since I was about 18 years old, and not to give away my age, but it was in the 90s. And
The 90s.
yeah, technology didn't exist.
Right.
And I remember getting a crash course test that was on cassette tapes that told you how to make films, and they were talking about how, you know, Tarantino and Spike Lee, and they all made their first films with back end of film, and how you could go and get grants and loans, and how you had to cut off film, and it was just millions of dollars. And I'm this kid sitting in Marble Falls, Texas, and you know, it's thinking, how the hell am I ever going to be able to do this? And so I kind of abandoned that idea and became a musician. So I did that for years. And but yeah, when technology caught up, and I realized I could make my own movie because we could get the cameras and stuff. I was kind of like you. I had this really cool idea, and I thought, man, you know, I don't have the money, but I bet because it's such a cool idea that people would jump on it. And I had to finance my first film on my own with just basically my entire life savings that I had.
Oh.
Yeah.
I hear that a lot too, that everybody just uses all of their money to get their stuff made.
We'll see. And I'm kind of fucked because I don't even have a life savings. So I'm just going paycheck by paycheck. And when I put enough away, you know, then I can finally, you know, shoot something. So,
right. I understand how that is. Nowadays, you know, I don't have a life savings anymore either. That was back in the golden era of, you know, what my business, my day job being, I'm a strip club DJ by day.
Awesome. Yes.
And at the time where I made my first film in 2009, it was the money was just, it was so easy come, easy go. So I was able to get the money pretty quick, and I hustled a lot of strippers to help me pay for it. I gave them parts in the movie. You know, whenever I needed nudity, I would just get a stripper to come out and do the nude scenes because they do it anyway, and they act for a living. They act like they like guys for money. So hey, what's the difference?
That's true.
Bitch better have my money.
You're the coolest guy I've ever met.
Since you said you were a musician, did you do your own music for your movies now?
You know, I had a song in my first film, John, but no, I like to get composers, and I like to work with more people because I figure I need to have them help me promote.
Yeah.
Simple as that. The more people you can get involved in your small projects, the more friends they have, which may bring on more people to get involved and possibly give you money. So that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
honestly, every musician that I've gotten to score are way better than I am. So.
You got the hair, though. You got the perfect musician hair, I swear. And I'm very jealous. So
yeah, I bet.
I guess Sam is too.
I bet he uses shampoo and not body wash.
Yeah,
Right?
He does. Got to.
Well, we had a poll. I think it was last week. You know, because somebody had asked me, you know, what shampoo I use, and I said, "What do you mean shampoo? I ain't got no fucking hair."
At least you guys don't have to be in the shower for 30 minutes messing with it. So.
Right.
I sure do.
Which
Or
is
blow
funny
dry
because
it, or
actually,
brush it.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's funny because like literally just before I went bald, I had fucking long ass hair, like down to the middle of my back long. So
that had to be a hard one to live with. Huh?
Did you cry?
know, huh?
Did you cry?
No, I didn't cry. I probably should have, but I didn't cry. I didn't have any feelings at that time.
That makes sense.
Better to cut it than to look like a crypt keeper, though, you know.
Right? But no, it's like, you know, I didn't want to be one of those guys like, what was it, George Carlin, who had tied back in a fucking ponytail right here, you know, looked like a fucking rat's nest, you know, and then, you know, all chromed on up here and shit. So like the moment it started thinning right here, yeah, so as soon as it started thinning right here, dude, like, fuck it, it's gone. Done.
That's right.
Aw.
Oh.
Jamaican
I know, it's
castor oil,
horrible.
guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah. We was very lucky.
Yeah. Well, you're going to have to let me know where to get some of that.
Okay. Amazon or Sally's Beauty Supply?
I can do Sally's.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I looked on IMDb a while ago, and I saw that William was born in Pasadena. That's like 5 minutes from me.
Oh my God, Stinkadina! Yeah,
I was born there too. So.
I got out.
My wife was too.
That's in Texas, Pasadena?
Right outside of Houston.
Oh, and there's one in California too, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's like literally half an hour for me.
Okay. I had no idea.
That's where they do the Rose Parade every year.
Oh.
Rose Bowl, the Rose Bowl.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Heard of it.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I've heard of it.
The horror movies, not sports. Come on.
Yeah, fuck sports. I don't give a shit unless it's hockey.
Right.
So when is the movie supposed to come out? Say it again, Butcher's Bluff?
That's right.
Yeah.
Butcher's Bluff. When is that supposed to come out?
Here's the thing. What we've done so far is we've made a fake trailer because the movie hasn't been shot yet.
And it's
I'm still trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to get the budget at this point. I don't need a whole lot of money, honestly. I can make things a lot with a little. But, in this economy and with everybody being what it is around, at least around Austin, I haven't had much luck so far. But I do get a lot of people. I mean, everyone who sees the mask, like, the thing's terrifying. And they love the idea. I mean, I had 800 views on my YouTube within a month of putting that trailer up. I screened it at Texas Fright. And to a packed house, and Billy Pond's fake trailer showcase that he does there at Texas Frightmare. And afterwards Billy was like, "Man, that thing's you need to make that thing. That was really good." That was awesome because he's a cool dude, and I liked it was good hearing that from him. I respect him a lot.
So I watched the trailer, but I didn't realize it was a fake trailer. But it looks awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Thank you. Thank you. I actually wrote the trailer to be as it is. That's all we shot. Was what they say on the trailer is what we shot.
That's correct.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah,
and that's the man, Bill Johnson.
Yeah,
is
Bill
like the main character, one of the main guys.
The narrator on there was Leatherface too.
That's right.
Bill Johnson from the Toby's sequel.
That's right.
Chainsaw.
Yep.
And I met Bill back in it was probably 2006 at a Fangoria Film Festival that happened here in Austin. And cool story about that is that it wasn't very well advertised. I mean, I didn't even really know what was going on until like a day or two before. Oh, wow. So it was pretty empty. And so I was meeting all these people. I mean, I was supposed to spend 15, 20 minutes talking to Kane Hodder. He had nobody around him.
Oh, wow.
Then I walk over there, and there's Bill, and Texas Chainsaw 2 was actually the first Texas Chainsaw I ever saw.
Okay.
So, actually, he was my first Leatherface.
Right.
And then Lou Perryman was there. So it was really cool to get to talk to him before he died. He died just really short after that. He was murdered. After talking to Bill and, finding out that he was Austin and local, and he was just a cool dude, I asked him what he was doing. He said he's not really doing anything. I said, "Would you want to look at the script? I'm working on this film." And he said, "Yeah." So he gave me his info, and that weekend I sent him over the script, and I didn't hear from him for like a month. So I thought, he probably didn't like it, whatever. So I'm driving one day, I get a phone call, and this deep voice is on. "Hello, this is Bill Johnson."
Yeah, that's exactly how he sounds.
I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, "Hey, your script was fucking awesome." I'm like, oh. He's like, "I want to do it." So I'm like, shit. And ever since then, he pretty much works with me on almost every project I can get him on. He even did a 48-hour film thing for us one time, just for the hell of it.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
It was fun. It's actually on YouTube. It's under my channel. It's called Daddy Daughter Day, if anybody wants to see it.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
So, Bill's in there. It's this creepy old man. It was good.
I've seen him twice at the Cult Classic, and I've been too intimidated to talk to him both times.
Oh, he's
because Carolyn
nice guy, man.
Carolyn Williams, they had a Q&A, and Carolyn Williams is like, "Yeah, blah blah blah," and Bill Johnson is a MIT type, so super smart, and here I am, this railroad guy. I'm gonna go. What am I gonna say to him? And I just
okay, hold on, Lance. Shut the fuck up with that. I'm just a railroad guy. Shit. All right. You are one of the most knowledgeable, easygoing, kind-hearted motherfuckers that knows everything about horror and knows everything in horror.
Yep.
Okay? So cut this bullshit. I'm just a dumb railroad guy. Shut the fuck up. Stop it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Sam.
You're more famous than like friggin' everybody we know. Everybody knows you. You know everybody. It's awesome. It's like we have to ask him. Wait, who's that?
I'm trying.
He's like, oh, so and so, and we're like, who is that?
Yeah. Lance has a bigger following than I do.
I don't think so.
You do.
I don't.
You do.
You're famous.
You do.
They're just gushing on me the way
I'm just saying, the next time you have an opportunity, don't miss out on a chance. I mean, he's getting up there in age too,
right,
doing good. But you're gonna want to talk to him. He's such a cool guy.
Totally, I'm just huge fan.
Yeah.
So that really did it for me when I saw the trailer for the first time. I was like, holy shit, he did get it, because I remember we had Tyler Shacone on, and I think Tyler wanted to be involved, but the SAG stuff got in the way, I think is what he was saying.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, because Tyler is not FICOR. Yeah, so he's strict union, so he's real careful about what he does.
Well, we'll just keep it at we'll see.
We're hoping he can be in, but and then LC Hope.
LC is definitely in. He's one of the coolest dudes I ever met.
He is awesome.
He's so cool.
And Paul Taylor, who's the new Pinhead. And let me tell you, I did not want to give that movie a chance. I did not want to give it a chance, but I'll tell you what, man, if somebody had to replace him, he was the right guy to do it.
Right.
And Doug gave him his blessing. So, I mean, my daughter's a big fan, actually, of Pinhead.
Sam's he's going to show you right here. He's a we went and talked to Doug at Frightmare, and one of Doug's questions, because Doug was there and Paul was there, was he looked us right in the eye and says, "Have you met Paul yet?" Like, no, not yet, man. He's like, "Go say hello to him." And it's like, really? He's like, "Yes." He goes, "And give it a chance." So Doug Bradley tells me to give the movie a chance, and to go say hello to this guy. I'm going to give it a shot. And Simon was the same way. He asked when we got our signature from Simon. That's Butterball, right?
Butterball. And he said that Paul was part of the family. So when I met him, he was such a cool guy. And then when I saw his performance, like, this guy can actually act. He's really good. So we were just talking, and I asked him straight up, hey, I was telling him about Butcher's Bluff. And I was like, you ever played a sheriff before?
Oh, cool.
He's like, no. I was like, you want to?
That's awesome.
Like, hell yeah.
He's like, yeah. Okay, just let me read the script. And then, he read it. Yeah,
nice.
He'll be at the Cult Classic Convention, too.
Everybody seems to be going there.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a huge one.
That's awesome.
Well, that was something I actually kind of made that happen. I tried to get him last year. Paul was actually going to be there last year, but he had a play he was doing at the time. So it was kind of one of those things. He's been wanting to do it.
Awesome. Okay.
So,
looking forward to meeting him. Yeah,
he's really cool. Man. We dig it. So I'm trying to get a few more people that might be familiar faces in there, because, that's kind of been something that I like to see in movies like that. See those little cameos from the old horror icons.
That's right.
I love seeing shit like that. So it's been kind of one of those things. When I wrote the script, I said, okay, we got to get at least 3 or 4 cameos from people. And so having Bill was cool, and LC's and then she got to be Pinhead because couldn't get Doug, can't afford him.
Right.
Right.
Awesome.
So we'll see. Hopefully we'll get enough budget to get to be able to do that. So.
And so which new Pinhead is it? Is it the one that's on Amazon where they're like drinking out of those weird tubes and that guy was like eating the paper?
Yeah.
Yes.
That one. Okay. So that's Paul Taylor. Okay.
Yeah, it's Paul Taylor.
I've seen it, but I just didn't realize that was him.
I think, okay,
That's
now,
so
I'm going to
gross.
clarify something. Yeah, that was. I'm going to clarify something because I've been really hard on Doug Bradley being the only Pinhead. Okay, so I want to clarify something. Okay, out of the three that have done Pinhead, okay, Doug Bradley is obviously my favorite, but that's more of the nostalgia reasons because that was what I watched as a kid, and that's
He's
what
OG.
I love.
That's right.
He gave life to the character.
Right.
Okay. Now, that being said, okay, the round face Pinhead, I don't remember his name.
Round face.
Yeah.
He didn't look like
he
Pinhead.
had like these big beady eyes, and it wasn't Pinhead to me
Right.
at all. Okay. Paul Taylor was a better version of Pinhead, but to me, he didn't breathe life into Pinhead. So it's hard for me to judge him as Pinhead when he's following such a phenomenal performance.
Right. That's big
to
step into at any point, what do you do when you're presented with such an iconic role? You're kind of screwed if you try to make it your own. But then if you copy it too much, then you're not doing anything. So it's kind of like as an indie actor, which he still pretty much is, you just take the damn thing and roll with it. I don't blame him. I would have done it.
Well, and that's the thing. If I was to get an opportunity to play fucking Pinhead, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't like myself as it, but I would do it.
That's exposure, baby.
For the opportunity.
I want to be Leatherface, so I mean, now that's the thing.
That'd be cool.
Put me in there, man.
So I mean, it's not that I have anything against Paul Taylor. I think he's a fantastic actor. I've seen him in some of his other stuff, and he's a great actor. He's a great personality. I'm sure he's a great person, and I would absolutely love to meet him. I would love to have all three signatures on my Pinhead mask that my son just got me for my birthday. I would love to. Okay, and it's funny that we're talking about the convention right now because I really want to be a fucking celebrity guest there. Like really want to be a celebrity guest there. Okay, so, but at the same time, well, I'm working on that, sweetheart. But like, I would like, because we're not going to have our film done in time to premiere for Halloween. If we're able to get the budget and get it finished up, I would like to premiere at that convention.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay, cool.
The world premiere.
That is awesome.
They don't have a screen in that convention center yet, but they do have a screen at the gas station.
I'll bring one.
That would be fun.
Or we can premiere there.
Actually, even
okay.
So
that would be cool.
That's something to talk to Roy about. I mean,
he's
the man that makes everything happen.
He is the man. He is the man.
Lance,
I'll
brother,
get with him. Oh, absolutely.
You heard it here, brother. Come on, man.
Yeah, I will get with him.
Hook a brother up.
Yes, sir. You got
Hook a brother up. All right.
William will help me out too. we can get with him. We can get with him.
William's like, I'm trying to get my movie done, guys. Will you shut up?
Right?
No. I won't be having anything done by this next one. I'll be at Cult Classic in costume, doing the pictures. I'll have the trailer playing. I've got some new T-shirts that I'm gonna made.
Sweet.
New promotional posters, things like that. I give stuff away while I'm there. I don't make money while I'm there.
Yeah. Right.
I go to conventions all over around the Central Texas area, and I just give shit away because I just want to get the word out. I want people to know what this movie is, so when it does take off, because I do have a trilogy in mind with it, and I know this is kind of ambitious to say, or probably patting myself on the back, but I believe it's the next Hatchet. So
sweet.
So
need some. Be confident. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That thing out there.
I would be happy to help in any capacity I possibly can.
Same.
My biggest thing at this point is just finding a good, competent producer that believes in the project that can help us find the money. We don't need that much. I mean, seriously. Gotcha. I mean, it's not a lot because I have a lot of resources that I can pull from, and most of the stuff is just going to go because I want all practical effects.
Right.
I don't want CGI.
Yep.
And it's, you got to feed people, and there's things you got to rent and things like that. So it adds up. That's the biggest thing with it. But like I said, everyone who's seen the trailer, I've gotten really positive response from it. It's been
been humbling in a lot of ways because I didn't really know how people were going to react to it.
Those were all practical effects in the trailer, correct?
Yes.
Everybody
and-
loves practical effects.
And among the dead, it was practical and CGI, just for the gunshots and stuff.
Yeah.
But that one headshot though, that was legit. Towards the end,
When he blows his head completely
oh
off.
dude,
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't tell if it was CGI or practical. I was like, it was really well done.
Good. Well, anyone who knows what an M4 would do to a head who knows it wouldn't blow its head off like that. But it looks cool.
It looked really cool. It really did.
Yeah. Thank you.
I love it.
Awesome.
Among the Dead's more of a drama than actually anything else. It's just kind of a slow burn, and it's a proof of concept. I had that script written for a while, and I was trying to shop it around, but it's at least a $2 million movie, and I was
Oh wow.
I'm not anybody that can get $2 million. And no one's going to want to invest that just yet. So
Right.
that was kind of the inspiration to write Butcher's Bluff, which is a smaller budget, something I can make, get a following, prove myself, and then go back to that, which that is the plan.
Does the trailer kind of set that up, William? Like it's going to be people going looking for the Hogman, and that's pretty much what the
Yes.
okay. That is going to be.
That is the gist. It's basically some UT film students find out about the legend, and they want to go and see if they can find it to make their
Gotcha.
thesis film. Because one of the main character is a long-haired, heavy metal loving, horror movie loving stoner, and he wants to go make this. He wants to make this as his film, and
Nice.
he drags the other guys around with him who are kind of like they're not as talented as him, so they want the easy A. And so they go out there to this small town and they go looking for him and they find him.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Gotcha.
And there's some sick kills. I was actually telling some people about some kills today that we have, and I haven't seen them done in any other film. So there's some really, really, really cool kills.
That's what you and Sam got going. Y'all are trying to get the new stuff out. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That's
well,
really
that's what us as horror fans love is the kills.
Exactly.
You
Right.
love the gore and the blood and the shit that hasn't been done.
Here's the thing, though, is I wanted a story. It's all about storytelling.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
So you've got to have a good story. So I actually have a very compelling story, and a lot of it has to do with bullying. The early stages of Butcher's Bluff was based off of the original title was called Everyone Dies, and it was about a bullied fat kid who they just tormented his whole life, and he had an abusive father. And when this group of popular kids came back to town for a wedding, he ends up taking his vengeance out on them. And, that was the early stages of it. And then it just changed. I got asked to do a different script with someone, and I wrote with her a very different version with the title Butcher's Bluff. And then when that fell through, I got with another writer, and we started talking about it, and then we came up with what the Butcher's Bluff is now. But basically, even now, there's undertones of bullying. The Hogman was a victim of childhood bullying. So he was a fat kid that was abused and left for dead by the local punks team. And
I've seen the Hogman up close. It is very intimidating.
He looks
No,
scary.
it looks amazing.
It is intimidating.
thank you.
The t-shirts look awesome too that you're putting out.
Oh yeah, thank
Those
you.
look
Yeah,
badass.
thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
I think they're gonna look really good. I can't wait to get them. I was like really hoping to have them this week, like a kid waiting for Christmas. Like I need those.
Yeah.
Well, you let me know how much they are. I want two.
There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it. They'll be for sale for sure at Cult Classic this year.
Awesome.
Now we keep going back to Cult Classic, but I like to promote that. It's in my backyard, so I want it to succeed.
Oh, me too. Yep.
I didn't realize how big it was until Lance, started talking about it, and then just seeing all the guests that go and all the movies and all these people that just all came together there. That's really
I mean,
huge. I didn't realize that.
it's actually very small to start.
Oh,
with,
really?
But it's fucking cool. I mean, I like it that way. Because when some of the festivals get too big, it's too crowded. It's not as fun,
Mhm.
Right.
So this is a good amount of people. It's just enough to where everybody can have some time with the guests that they meet, to talk to them, and it's not overcrowded. You're not feeling claustrophobic. They have bands playing. So that's cool. If you want to take a break, you can step outside and they have a stage and bands.
It's really cool. It's really
Plus,
cool.
they have the gas station's barbecue there, which is awesome. This is like really good food. And like, everybody's treated really well. All the guests last year were all talking about how well they were treated. So, I mean, I really, like I said, I stand behind this one 100% because I really, of all the cons I've gone to, and I've been to a lot, I've had the most fun at this one. So
Nice.
Great people.
And it's like right down the street from the bridge where Texas Chainsaw 2 was filmed.
I've been on
Oh
that.
shit, cool.
Pedestrian bridge where where Leatherface comes out the truck and cuts the yuppie's head off. I mean, that's right down the street from the convention center.
Which that bridge should be like 6 miles long based on the movie.
Yeah,
it's tiny.
not long at all.
Or movie magic,
That's trickery right
Yeah.
there. It's a very small bridge. I don't even know how to fit 2 cars on there.
Isn't that crazy? It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, should definitely
think-
get out.
I'm trying to get
we
them to
should.
go.
I think we should create the yuppie's head on a stick, and I think we need to hang it on the actual fucking bridge.
There you go. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Take some
Also,
selfies by it.
the remake of
Friday the 13th. Yeah.
We got a lot of the spots really close out there.
I didn't realize that till recently. Someone posted that. I had totally missed that.
Fear the Walking Dead is being shot out here in my town. I live in Elgin, which is right outside of Bastrop, and they're filming out here all the time. It's just crazy. You watch the show, and you see all the locations. Like, oh man, that's right down the street.
Wow.
I drive by there all the time. So
That's so cool.
yeah. So I'm digging that Texas is getting so much work right now because we need it.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And they keep going to damn Georgia and New Mexico.
Mhm.
The damn politicians need to get their shit together and vote the incentives back here in Austin, get the work back here. For a while there, the work was really good here. Then they got rid of the tax incentives and people stopped making movies here. So I think a lot of it had to do with the video game industry came into Austin, and I think there was a lot of fight over who was going to get the tax breaks between the films and the video games. So really, the only big wig that's still shooting here really is Robert Rodriguez. So.
You did something with him. You were with Michelle Rodriguez and Norman Reedus.
Yeah, it's called The Limit.
The Limit. That's right.
Yeah, it's a first person thing where it's all POV. And so I haven't watched it yet. I just saw some pictures of it. But yeah, that was really cool. Michelle was really cool.
How would you see that? Where can we see that at?
God, I don't even know, man.
Okay.
Type in The Limit, Robert Rodriguez into Google. I'm sure it can show you.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
People that were on set with me that day have seen it. They sent me still images of it. And the behind the scenes, because there's like some crazy technology they used. And they were really, really protective over who saw the technology they were using.
Oh, wow.
To make that thing. So, yeah, that was cool. And I was also in Alita, the Battle Angel.
Right.
Which was the James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
And
Rodriguez was involved.
Robert directed it. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So I was on that, and then Machete was the first Machete. So
I just did a film with Danny Trejo and Lou Ferrigno and Brian Austin Green and all those guys.
That's
nice.
Cool. That is so cool.
I met Brian Austin Green. He was actually a really cool guy. I was surprised. I expected him to be a total. No offense. I expect.
Is he still married to Megan Fox?
I think so.
Aren't they still together?
I thought so.
I don't follow him. I don't know.
He's like, I don't give a shit.
I don't know.
See, I thought they got divorced and got back together.
You know Billy Blair, William?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we just had them on not too long ago. Him and Todd on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Billy's an awesome dude, man.
Seems like it.
Yes, he is.
Super cool. So, yeah, he's been real supportive. I wanted to have him in my zombie film at one time, but actually it was a SAG issue as well. If we're talking.
Oh, okay, I got
you. I hate SAG. SAG kind of screws us all. The little guys getting actors that you want to get. So
right.
Yeah, we're definitely every time I see him at Texas Frightmare, we always talk.
That's cool.
He's a super cool guy.
Yeah, I had the same issue with my film as far as dealing with SAG issues and all that shit when I was trying to get mine done. And the problem was that I had already gone too far, so I can't get a modified SAG contract at this point without paying a shit ton of money that I don't have.
I understand that. I understand
You
that.
know? So I think it would have been like $37,000 just to pay the 15%.
Right.
Holy shit.
That's why I'm not doing SAG, you know, and that's one of the things. If it means I have to lose an actor, you know, it's not, I don't hold it against the actor for being union. I mean, they got to work, do their whole thing.
Right.
I mean, I'm not going to do it, not with Butcher's Bluff. You know, we need about $100,000 budget on it. That's about all I need, and which is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's right at that spot. So if I was to go SAG, it would be ridiculous. So it's not worth it. Not when you're at this stage where I'm at. You know?
Yeah.
It'll get done.
Hell yeah. Well, it looks awesome, and I'm excited to see it. I thought, and like I said before, you know, I thought the trailer was real. I was like, holy shit, when's this out?
Right?
I appreciate that. You know, I made that with no money. I mean,
That's cool.
I had no money, and it was just no crew. It was like maybe, I think there was like 3 of us that worked on the whole crew. So
Wow.
Is that Ashley? That's Ashley Laporta you're chasing? Yeah. We're friends on Facebook. She's sweet.
Yeah.
She's sweet.
Yeah. She came out, and yeah, she did. She did a great job. I mean, she threw herself on the ground, and
Wow.
she's like, "It's okay. I know how to fall." I'm like, "Okay," over and over again. After take, hitting the ground hard. I'm like, "Okay."
Wow, that's good stuff.
Another actress, I'm grabbing her by the hair, and I'm just dragging her, and she's just okay. You know?
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah. So it was a really fun experience. You know, I didn't know what else to do. I was, I was torn between making a proof of concept, scene, like maybe, 1 or 2 scenes to kind of push out there, or just make a damn trailer and see what people think. Cause that's kind of worked for Machete. So that's why I decided to go ahead with the trailer. It took me about a month to make that because I had to go. The hardest part, believe it or not, was to find the shop that Bill Johnson was in. I wanted it to be an antique store because in the actual movie, he owns a really macabre, taxidermied gas station type of place. And
Cool.
I couldn't find this place, but then I found this one antique store that looked creepy as hell, right? So I get there and talk to the owner, and at first she's like, "Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, thank you." And this place has chains and stuff. It's dark and eerie looking. So as soon as I send her the Facebook page, I get an email back. "Oh no, I can't have that. It's too
Oh wow.
Oh, no.
It's too violent. I don't want my business associated with it." And I'm just kind of like, no one needs to even know where I filmed this.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not going to know it's your business. And I even offered to pay for the location because it looked that good. And they said no. And so
That
that was
sucks.
very disheartening. It was the first time I've really been told no. Especially it sucks after they tell you yes and then change their mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was the hardest part, was finding a location there.
They'll regret that one day.
Oh, yeah.
I found it, one that'll work. So
Wow.
now the hardest part is like when we start filming, I got to find a lake house. I want a really good lake house because I got nudity in my film. I'm going old school. It's going. I'm bringing it back. There's skinny dipping. There's the lake. There's the woods. I mean, there's everything that a old '80s movie had that was missing now a lot in these films.
So the victims break the rules.
Of course.
Yeah. That's good.
How do you think they become victims, Lance?
That's right. Know your movies, you gotta die.
I play with the rules a little bit, though.
Okay.
The whole thing is it's unexpected in a lot of ways, and I do add a twist, which was something that the '80s films didn't do too much. Like Sleepaway Camp kind of twist, but most of them don't really have it. They were pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
This one's going to be kind of like, oh shit, at the end, like, okay, I didn't know that.
Nice. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
No.
I got a dwarf who's going to be in it, which is he's excited. He's really excited about doing some stuff. And there's a really creepy, perverted scene with him. I'm really looking forward to doing it. So.
Anytime you say perverted and dwarf in the same sentence, I'm in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's a dwarf, stepping stool, and a peephole. Let's just say that.
Nice.
Okay.
Is there
all you
any
need to know.
clown makeup involved?
Not in this one, no.
Damn.
No, I'll leave the clowns to Billy Pond.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So,
Start filling a peephole.
yeah, that's cool. I mean, I could just imagine them, scooting this peephole up against the wall and climbing up of it, moving the thing over to the side, and keep the pants unzip. I mean, it's gonna be great.
Exclusives. Rhiannon, we're getting exclusives.
It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be funny, but also serious. I like to throw comedy in there a little bit and everything, but I also play it serious. So I don't want it to be tongue in cheek. I want it to actually. This is played out really serious, but it's so messed up that it's funny. You know.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is kind of like a script I've been working on now. I'm actually working on a script with I can't disclose what it is. Only that there's a lot of dark humor and stuff in it. I revamped it from somebody we all know we've talked about already, but I can't say. It was their script, and I've revamped it, and it's pretty damn good, and it may even already have funding pretty quick. So we'll see. After Cult Classic, we'll probably hear something about it. Till then, I can't say anything else other than it was a lot of fun to write, and the dark humor in there was pretty good to do. I liked it.
I have an idea.
You have an idea? Okay.
But I won't say anything.
All right. Well, when we're off air, maybe we'll talk. Maybe I will confirm or deny.
Okay.
All right.
I have an idea.
We'll get our secret exclusive.
Right?
Hell
You know
yeah.
we love exclusives here on Sacrificial Terror Podcast.
That's right. That's right. We've had a
See, and the
few.
cool thing is that you'll actually forget that you gave away something because the episode won't play for like 4 weeks anyway. So,
Yeah, I'm kind of sworn to secrecy on this as far as public goes. It's just I can't show anybody it or anything yet. I don't own the story, but I'm very much a part of it now. So it's going to be cool though. I haven't done that before. I've always come up with my own stories and pretty much been the primary writer, even when I have side writers, like Butcher's Bluff has a co-writer.
right.
But I came up with the initial story, and then we kind of flushed everything out. And as I was telling you earlier, I work in a strip club, and I'm there during the day, so it's not that busy. So it's okay. But I mean, I got Celtex, and I just wrote the script while I was sitting there.
There you go.
That was cool.
In the afternoon,
You write the script, work nights to get more money.
So so we this was different because of the fact that I already had it kind of laid out for me, and I just had to revamp it and just change a lot. I mean, I pretty much completely rewrote it, and I'm sure we rewritten again. But it was fun. I mean, it was actually a lot easier because when you, I don't know if you guys, you're a writer. You know how it is when you have a beginning and you have an end, but you can't come up with the middle. That's my worst part. Is like with this one, it actually had the middle all worked out. It's like, okay, that's easy. So it made it really easy.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
I always have a beginning and an end, but I don't get in the middle. It's terrible.
I wanted to ask William real quick. You kind of touched on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie you saw. What was the movie that did it for you horror-wise? Like where you were like, I'm all in on horror. Just, I'm all in.
Nightmare on Elm Street. I saw it when I was a kid in the theater.
Okay.
Yeah, but
You just made Rhiannon happy.
That's my favorite.
Right?
yeah,
Redhead.
Right. Look at the Kool-Aid smile.
That's right.
the original Freddy. I was
That's
so
awesome.
terrified. I can't even remember how old I was. It was 84, right?
84, 85, somewhere there, yeah.
I was young, man. I was really young. And,
I was 7.
Yeah. It was probably somewhere around that area, and babysitter took me. So
Wow, that's awesome.
I went to the theater to see this. And I remember being so damn scared. It's like I didn't want to sleep.
It's a scary movie for a little kid.
Yeah, I didn't understand, that it was a dream when the girl came out in the hallway and they go running in the hallway. I'm like, who the hell was that? Why did she have a claw? So I didn't really fully understand it, but I knew I really liked it.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And then it's not like necessarily my favorite horror, but it was one I watched a whole lot growing up. It was just Halloween.
Right. That's mine. That's my baby.
I do. I really appreciate that movie a lot. I'm a Jason fan, so for me, it's Jason always.
Okay.
But if I had to play one horror character, it would be Leatherface. Probably because I have the body for it. So
big guy.
So I can play Leatherface. I'm not quite tall enough for Jason nowadays. They made him 7 feet tall.
Right.
But Michael Myers are too tall now. Of course, they did bring him back as the new guy. I've met the what's his name, Jade or Joe, whatever, the new guy. I can't remember his name.
I'm blanking on it too.
But yeah, he's back to a normal sized guy. So
right.
But yeah, Leatherface though, I've always kind of had a thing for Leatherface because he was a real person. And I thought that that was something that was a little scarier than some of the other ones, like because he's like a beaten dog.
Right.
Just like scared of everything. This big giant guy who's scared of everything, and he just kills everything around him because he doesn't know it any better.
Right.
So there was some type of humanity to him, and if you look deep in there, there's actually you can feel some sympathy for the guy. So
right.
Which I think he's a little bit deeper than the rest of them. Because Freddy, for all intents and purposes, is a child molester. Right. Can't really feel too sorry for him.
Yeah.
And Jason was a mongoloid, so you can kind of feel that way. He was left to die, but he's a zombie pretty much. So you don't really feel anything for a zombie. So
I created a new fan theory for Jason. I shared it with them. I don't know if it's gonna get any legs, but I think Jason was triplets.
Oh yeah,
that's my new fan because
his size difference and
how just the kid dies. Ari Lehman character, he did die, and then the second version with the gunny sack with the hillbilly look.
Yep.
And then you go to the third one, and it's just they're so close. And he did take that machete. That was a pretty good shot from the machete.
Right.
So then you go right to the next one, and it's a biker gang looking guy, with the bald head, and it's supposed to be just days later.
Yeah.
And then the surviving lady says later on that I'm getting some. Anyway, that she got attacked by somebody weeks earlier, and it was the bald guy.
Oh, in part 3, that was years earlier when she was attacked by him.
Right. So that shows you right there. I think there was 3 of them. That's my new fan theory.
He had hair in part 2.
Right.
That's the thing about the Friday movies is that there is no continuity towards any of them. I mean, it makes no damn sense. They're all like days apart from each other. Like the first one's on Friday. If everything works, by the time part 4 comes around, you're on Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is it still Friday the 13th? It's Wednesday now.
There you go.
But
love it.
Of the franchise, though, I mean, I really love Jason, and I think part 6 is probably my favorite, which is really cool. I guess we're gonna go pitch again, but Jesus. Director will be at Cult Classic this year, so that's really cool. Wrote it.
That's the one with Jennifer Banco was a kid.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
That's part 7.
That part 7.
Yeah, that's when Kane came around. Which Kane is actually my favorite Jason, just because of the way he moved and everything. I mean, I've had some people argue saying they didn't like the way he did, and they liked they didn't like the zombie thing. But I think he did what he could, to make the character interesting. Because what can you do if you don't speak?
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why I liked Bill Johnson so much as Leatherface, because I mean, he really, you could see it in his eyes. He like with the close-ups of his eyes, Bill really brought that scared dog look to
absolutely,
and brought that vulnerability to the Leatherface character. Which to me, I mean, it's not biased. I think Bill's the best Leatherface out of all of them. So
yeah,
it's just my humble opinion. Gunnar might have invented it, but Bill perfected it. So. And even though Bill will say it was easy because he just had the groundwork that Gunnar laid, I still think, Gunnar laid it and he gets that props, but I think Bill perfected it. So.
And he got to work with Bill Moseley and freaking Dennis Hopper and stuff. God,
yeah.
Legends.
There's a lot of stories about part 2. It's like, wow, man. I mean, it's one thing that's cool when you have a friend who was there the whole time and could tell you some of the things that went down on that set. It's just
wow.
Things that you would. That's why I was saying, if you get a chance to talk to him, you should.
I'll get over that nervousness. Sam will help me over that nervousness.
I will make you get over that nervousness.
You got it.
I will put one of those kids harness leashes on you, and I will walk your ass over there.
Get over there and talk to Bill Johnson.
Right?
Yeah,
Get your ass over there and talk to Bill Johnson before I smack that taste out of your mouth.
Go fix me turkey pot pie.
yeah. I mean, you've heard the stories about them changing the script every single day while they were there and not knowing what they were shooting.
Oh, that would suck.
That was because the producers were always on their ass about, rushing Toby. They didn't like what was going on. So, Kit Carson was typing every day, having to rewrite everything. And the movie's actually they didn't really finish it. So, I mean, that's why it's not really the way it was supposed to be. What we've seen is not the way the film was actually supposed to. They ran out of time.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Bill Johnson also got pneumonia on that set. He almost died.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he almost died because they were in a warehouse where that underground layer was they said it was 110 degrees in there. It's kind of like the first, movie when they talked about the dinner scene being so hot, They said there was the same thing in there and he ended up getting pneumonia.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So,
That's fucking insane.
So these are stories you hear damn, okay.
Talk about labor of love again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did a short film years ago. It's not out yet though, because he never got the funds to finish it or whatever. But it was actually down in Texas, and it was the one day, I guess the 1 week that you guys had super, super, super cold weather. It was horrible. And I had to be on this concrete, and it was fucking freezing, and it was horrible. And I got so sick because we were just out there.
Was that February? Was that a February? Do you remember?
I can't remember when it was. I think it might have been. But it was so cold. And he's like, I swear it's usually never like this. I'm like, of course. The one time I come out, and it's we're on site for hours and hours and hours and just laying on that concrete. I was so damn sick.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Well, it's my first year being stationed at Fort Hood. We had an ice storm come through. This was back in '96. So it was, it was the winter of '97 is when the ice storm hit. And it was just it blanketed the state, shut down base for 4 days. It was ridiculous. So
fucking driving this shit around here either.
Yeah, nobody knows around here.
Yeah.
Strip clubs open regardless. There was a winter here. There was ice on the road, and there was cars were abandoned on the side of the roads. It looked like the beginning of The Walking Dead, with all the cars they're like, you're still coming to work. So I had to drive on ice to get there. Show up. Mm-hmm. There's 2 strippers there, myself, and not one person walks in the door. You're sitting there the whole day, well, looks like we got this bottle here. We're going to finish off, and today we're drinking,
right?
So, the strip club never closes.
That's awesome.
Just like mailmen, they have to deliver no matter what.
Right?
Yeah. Oh man,
I think that's a very interesting analogy there, sweetheart.
True. No matter what
mailmen is
mail must be true.
That's right. That's
oh
right.
man.
All right then. So, all right, guys. I think it's about that point in the show where we are just about done. Let's go ahead and give our shout outs. William, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on the show.
Awesome.
Thank you for sharing everything you shared. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to either A, be a part of one of your films, including Butcher's Bluff, in some capacity, whether in front of or behind the camera, doesn't matter to me. I'd be happy with both. And 2, I can't wait to see it.
That's right.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I mean, I'm still just, trying to make it like everyone else out there. So I appreciate any type of any plugs I can get. So,
Hell yeah. We'll promote you as much as we can.
Hell yeah.
As far as plugs and stuff go, or thank yous, yeah. I mean, I got a lot of people that's helped me out. I mean, I didn't mention their names yet, but I mean, the co-writer of Butcher's Bluff and the actually creator of the mask, his name is Renfield Rasputin.
Okay, yeah.
Come online.
Oh.
He did a lot to contribute to this project. It wouldn't be what it is unless we sat around for hours and talked and flushed it out. So then there's Matt Riffley, who I make films with from all my other films I've made with him. So he's always been there helping me out with filmings and stuff. And just
he was in Alita with you as well, right?
I think he had so he was a different scene. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then just of course, Bill Johnson is he's always there and helping me out and whenever I need them. So I mean, there's lots of people. I hate to mention too many names and not enough names, but
those three are the ones that are right there. And of course, well, my mom for giving me birth and not aborting me. You know, that was a that was good. If I ever get a reward, thanks, Mom, for not aborting me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Like I can do this all because she decided not to flush me down the toilet.
Oh,
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Dad, for not pulling out.
Yeah.
Right?
There you go. So
Hell yeah.
that's about
Hey,
all I can say.
man, you were one of 5 to 10 million sperm, and you were the one that won. So no matter what,
Right.
man, you were a winner in life, my friend.
That's right.
That's right. Tiger blood.
That's good.
Winning.
That's right.
Winning. That's right.
hashtag winning.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I had fun,
All right.
guys, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, anything I can do to help, and reach out to Bill Johnson, Lance. Maybe he'll come on your show.
Awesome. That would be stellar.
He's not he's not an asshole. I mean, you ask him, he's either going to say yes or no. And if I was to guess, I would probably say he would.
Cool. That would be
Nice.
epic. That would be epic.
awesome.
I'd have to get over my nervousness then.
Take
Right?
a couple shots.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, and if you know anybody that, anybody else that needs the publicity, we are huge supporters of indie film. As you know, I am an indie filmmaker. Rhiannon, Lance are both going to be in this film and the next film. So I have at least 6 lined up. So we support absolutely everybody we possibly can in the indie film. So send them our way. We'll be happy to put them on the show.
Absolutely.
I will do, man.
Absolutely.
So, but all right, Mr. Lance. So I'm sorry. Is that the last of your shout outs? Any production companies, future projects, anything like that?
Well, another future project I still can't speak of at this moment, but it's actually awesome. I'm working on a web series with Matt
I tried.
called The Blood Order. If I'm applicable to look that up, I'm actually the DP on that. I got some acting in that one as well.
Cool.
So at the moment, those are the only projects I'm really focusing on at this point. I have a script going around the festivals right now that I've won a couple of awards for, including a World Fest Platinum Award called 36 Notches. It's a Western. So it's basically the Punisher during the Civil War. So
Nice.
Badass.
So yeah, and it's based off of a true story. So it's really cool. It's fiction based off a real person. So playing that around, and so just that's about it, man. Like I said, I don't want to leave anybody out and be like, oh, you didn't mention me. So I'm kind of like, keep the names down to a minimum.
Right.
Right?
The ones that actually were right there and the most important ones there, and everybody else, I thank you all. Anyone who I missed, thank you. You know who you are.
Right.
Said, right?
Right on, brother. Again, thank you so much for being on the show. Mr. Lance Wagner, take it away, brother.
Just so that William knows, any project you put out there, we will share it. So just you want to tag us, if you don't, whatever, we'll find it. So I'll get it out there. So that's going to happen.
I appreciate you.
And I touched our last episode. I talked about some new podcasts that we have kind of in the family. Rantin' Raven Reviews is with C.W. Denny, Bradley Lynch, and L.C. Holt was part of the first episode. And it was about Friday the 13th original versus the remake. So it's a really, really good episode. We have our friend Slinky and Pop Tart and KC, which is Christopher Elswick. I think he's going by KC now.
Oh, okay.
Their first episode, they had Adam Marcus. He was the director of Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh, cool.
And Indie Brigade is a badass new one coming on Friday, September 6th. Joe Ridgely with George C. Romero.
Yes.
That's going to be really good. And that's going to be almost everything indie related. Music. They're going to have all kind of indie stuff there. That'd be a good one to get you on too, William. Get you involved with that one.
Joe's incredible.
Whatever. I'm also
Joe will see this episode.
Yeah.
Just throw it out there. I mean, if y'all ever just want to have me on and talk about horror movies, like other horror movies that we are getting on Hellraiser, I'm down to talk about those things because that's what I do. I sit around and watch horror movies all day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you said Hellraiser. And
I have no problem with that.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
Sam's eyes lit up. Did you say Hellraiser?
Real quick on the congrats to all the winners of Normal Tears, the 25 people getting their beautiful faces in Sam's movie.
Mm-hmm.
which my wife is one of them. I found out a while ago. And then we got the regs again. Thad Timothy, David Martin, Lance Dale.
What did you say?
What'd you say?
I said send nudes, Samantha.
Send nudes. Is that
Don't send nudes, Samantha.
Okay. The regs again. I said it slow and on purpose for these first three names: Thad Timothy, David Martin, Lance Dale. Okay, pregnant pause. Okay, and then Damon Williams, Scott Williamson, James Blankenship, Brian Clegg, who I believe William knows Brian Clegg as well. That's some of his artwork back there. And then once again, Roy and Lisa Rose at the gas station in Bastrop, right outside of Austin. Cult Classic. Get with these people, amazing people. Thank you. We had Jason Buter in our last episode. Thank you again to him. He was freaking stellar. Tyler Shea Cone, Sam, Rhiannon, my wife Samantha, who's going to have surgery next Friday. So positive vibes for her. I love my crew. And then Chris Attella, who plays us in and plays us out on our show. We love him. And Matthew Price Thompson from MPT Graphics does all of our artwork, and we love him. So,
yes.
And
hey, Lance, don't you mean to say thank you for all of your positive energy because Sam had surgery 3 weeks ago and she's doing great?
Thank you. She's doing great.
We're coming to you in the future.
Okay, yeah. So Oakley Dokley, I'm done.
All right. The beautiful Miss Zombie Barbie. What do you got, sweetheart?
I want to thank everybody. Lance just thanked. I love when you go first.
Oh, congrats on your books. Your book stuff.
Thank you. Yes. So my first book, it's a series. I have 3 of them coming out. The first one is actually on pre-order right now. Called
Got it. I'm ready.
Hello. Thank you guys so much
got it.
for doing that.
Already got it, baby.
That's right.
Exciting. So Aaron Lee with Crazy Ink Publishing for taking me on and doing this for me. I'm super excited. It's been a whirlwind and I'm just like, oh my God. And then Diana Register, who's my best friend, but she's also an international best-selling author, and she's one that got me with Crazy Ink Publishing. So thank you to her. And thank you guys for being my host and doing this with me. And thank you so much for coming on, William. And
thank you.
Definitely keep us updated because I'm super excited to see what you got going.
That means a lot to me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I didn't know that the trailer was actually a mock trailer.
Yeah.
I thought it was a proof of concept trailer. It was phenomenal. So definitely.
Really good.
Well, that did my job right there, huh?
Hell yeah,
Absolutely.
you did.
Absolutely. So, all right, guys, I want to thank my co-host. I want to thank our guests. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys so much. Matthew Price Thompson, thank you so much for all of our artwork. Mr. William, if you can get you to send us a couple of pictures that you want put on your artwork, we will get that going. That way, when we get it ready to promote the week that your episode's going to be coming out, we can promote the picture with the episode. So, but yeah, thank everybody out there. The winners of the Normal Terror Missing Poster Contest. Thank you guys so much for all the shares. Like I said in the video, we had over 13,500 hits on that video. 155 shares. So, thank you guys so much for being a part of that. I can't wait to see your guys' mugshot so I can have my graphic artist, Mr. Matthew Price Thompson, put those on missing posters, and those will be going to print so that we can film that scene. I cannot wait to see it. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys for all the support. Love you. And we're out until next week. Boom.
Bye.